and gentlemen, we're going to announce the top 10 semifinalists. And let's meet these girls with a nice round of applause. Girls, ladies. Okay, these top 10 will be announced in no particular order. The top 10 semifinalists. Contestant number 15, Kim Wigginton. Kim, I'm going to let you come over here and start our lineup. Our next top 10 semifinalists, contestant number 19, Charles C. Workman. Contestant number 14, Mary Ward. Contestant number 3, Pamela Caudill. Contestant number 5, Karen Cook. Contestant number 6, Deborah Cummings. Contestant number 9, Terri Jameson. Contestant number 10, Melodye Lemon. Contestant number 12, Sonia Peaker. And finally, contestant number 11, Michelle Logsdon. Ladies and gentlemen, our top 10 semifinalists. Okay, thank you, ladies. And now what's going to happen here? We're going to let 9 of our contestants go to our, quote, soundproof booth back here in the back. We have one question that I will ask each of these contestants, the same question, so that we'll make it fair and square. So number 15, if you'd like to stay on stage, I'm going to let the rest of you go to our soundproof booth. And now, judges, someone has the question, okay? I don't think we can reach over this. Any big words in it? I hope I can read all these words. Okay. Was this necessary? Don't make the top 5 question quite this hard to get to. Okay, here's your question. If you were married to any man in the world other than your husband, who would it be and why? Other than your husband.
I guess if I could be married to anyone other than my husband, it would probably be, I suppose, the pastor of our church. Basically, the reason why is because he's a wonderful man, very trusting, but very fun-loving, and that's the kind of thing I look for in a person to live my life with.
Thank you. Number 15, Kim Wigginton. And now if we could have contestant number 19, Charles C. Workman. Charles C., you're real unpopular this evening. Charles C., here's your question. Yeah. Judges need some light. They are mad down there. Could the judges have a little light? You ask and you shall get. If you were married to any man other than your husband, who would it be and why?
I think I'd like to be married to a king because I've always, or he could be a prince because I thought it would be fun to be a princess. and not have to do a whole lot of housework and just kind of sit around and look nice.
Thank you. Number 19, Chelsea Workman. And now contestant number 14, Mary Ward. Mary, here's your question. If you were married to any man in the world other than your husband, who would it be and why?
Oh, gosh, that would be a real hard question to answer. I believe the man that I would be married to would be Tom Selleck. And the reason why, after seeing the movie 3 Men and a Baby, I just feel that he would be a perfect father. Not that I don't have one already, but he would be a good father, and I think he'd be a good husband.
Thank you. Mary Ward. Contestant number 3, Pamela Caudill. That was Mary Ward. Now contestant number 3, Pamela Caudill, right? Yeah. Okay, Pamela, if you were married to any man in the world other than your husband, who would it be and why?
That's a good one. I think it would probably be Magnum P.I. I think he's just really gorgeous, and if you were to take a look at my husband, he'd be, right there with him. He looks just like him to me. So that's my dream guy.
Thank you, Pamela. Contestant number 5, Karen Cook. Enjoying that soundproof booth? Karen, if you were married to any man in the world other than your husband, who would it be and why?
Do I have to name a name, or can it just be a type, a person, a job? A name. I would have to say the president, because I would love being First Lady of the country, and I feel like that being by First Lady, I would be in a position that maybe I could help the greatest number of people in what I could do. Hopefully it would be a lot.
Karen Cook. Contestant number 6, Deborah Cummings. I just noticed someone needs to tell the contestants, top 10, they are not changing to swimsuits now. They do stay in the evening gowns. I just saw one in a swimsuit. Remember, we compete in evening gowns as soon as this is over. I'm going to kill somebody. Contestant number 6, Deborah Cummings. Is Deborah Cummings back there? Here she comes. Okay, Deborah, if you were married to any man in the world other than your husband, who would it be and why?
I would marry my father. I admire him for the way he's raised me and my morals. And I feel that he'd be the person I would love. Okay?
Thank you very much. Deborah Cummings. Contestant number 9, Terri Jameson. Terri? Terri, if you were married to any man in the world other than your husband, who would it be and why?
I'd have to say President Bush. Being a First Lady of a president like President Bush, I think it'd be an honor in setting the standards and being the president's wife. And being just newly elected, I think it'd be very exciting also.
Thank you, Terri Jameson. Contestant number 10, Melodye Lemon. Here she comes. Melodye, if you were married to any man in the world other than your husband, who would it be and why?
I think that it would have to be my father. Just considering him as a man that's someone I admire, one that when he wants something, he works hard to get it, and I'm very proud to be his daughter, and very proud to be standing up here in front of him tonight. Thank you.
Contestant number 10, Melodye Lemon. And now contestant number 12, Sonia Peeker. Okay, Sonia, if you were married to any man in the world other than your husband, who would it be and why?
I find it hard to believe that I could ever be married to any other man besides my husband, Ken. But if I were, I would choose it to be George Bush, the President of the United States, simply because he's going places. The man is educated, and I think I would learn a lot by his side. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to have to take 1 minute to say something. Contestants in the top 10, we go immediately into evening gown. We do not change for swimsuit at this point. We immediately go into evening gown. They're married and they still don't listen. You poor husband. Okay, come on out, number 11, Michelle Logsdon. Okay, Michelle, and don't change in that swimsuit. When you go over here, you stay in that evening gown. Okay. If you were married to any man in the world other than your husband, who would it be and why?
I believe that I would have to choose Malcolm Forbes because I really respect that. He's a self-made man, and also I think he needs someone to help him spend all that money. And I could really have a really interesting life, finding out ways how to do that.
Thank you very much. Michelle Logsdon. And now if the top 10 would please line up there in evening gown. I know some of them are changing back into evening gown. You poor husbands. Just earlier this afternoon during rehearsal, one of the girls was jokingly giving me a hard time. We had a good time today at rehearsal. And we kidded back and forth, and as she was leaving, I said, "Oh, you poor husband," jokingly. And she laughed at me and she laughed. She said, "Yeah, that's what he thinks too." Well, while our contestants are changing back, we have some special guests in the audience. Could we have our house lights up? Can we? Can we have the house lights up, please? There you go. Okay, I'm just going to let you stand in the audience when I call you out. First of all, we have Michelle Petit, Miss Junior Teen, Kentucky. Okay, we have Mary Beth Gibson, Little Miss Owen County. We have Melissa Clemens, Mini Miss Kentucky. We have Wendy Morgan, Miss Teen Tri-State. Candy Doyle, Miss Sunburst. I also want to recognize mother-daughter winners, Deborah Landrum, Mrs. Darling, USA. We have Tony Landrum, Little Miss USA Global, and Mini Miss Photogenic. And we also have with us tonight Veronica Hensley, Miss Kentucky, USA. Thank you, ladies, for being with us this evening. I think it might be a good time to have our gentlemen stand up. Will the husbands of our contestants please stand? I know you must be proud this evening. And do we have any children here of our contestants? Children, you want to stand up? And how about parents? Parents or grandparents? If you're related to these contestants on stage, please stand. Congratulations to all of you. Let me share a little something with you here. Anytime we can have the house lights out now. I've looked at these people enough. Lights out. Anytime you compete in something like this or in so many things that you do, the key to getting things right is responsibility. Being responsible for what you're supposed to do on the stage. And so often we choose to shove that responsibility off on someone else. Here is a real good example of that. The college professor said, "Such rawness in a student is a shame. Lack of preparation in the high school is to blame." Said the high school teacher, "Good heavens, that boy's a fool. The fault, of course, is with the grammar school." The grammar school teacher said, "From such stupidity may I be spared. They sent him up to me so unprepared." The primary teacher huffed, "Kindergarten blockheads all. They call that preparation? Why, it's worse than none at all." The kindergarten teacher said, "Such lack of training never did I see. What kind of a woman must that mother be?" The mother said, "Poor helpless child, he's not to blame. His father's people were all the same." Said the father at the end of the line, "I doubt the rascal's even mine." So talking about passing responsibility. Let me see how we look over here. Okay, do we have our top 10 gals? They've changed back. We're ready to meet our top 10 semifinalists in evening gown competition. And the judges need lights. And they said leave them on. How's that? Okay. You're not in charge, be quiet. Our top 10 in evening gown competition. Ladies and gentlemen, our contestant top 10 in evening gowns. Thank you, ladies. It's going to be hard. Now they're going to make this time a change to swimsuit. I made sure they understood that backstage.